Hello, Virginia. Welcome to our Virginia Market Development meeting for Thursday, June 8th. Really fired up for today's topic. We are going to do a brief overview of our epic Solar Saturday event from this past Saturday on June 3rd. I know many, if not all of you, were already on that call, but there was so much information. I know that many of us in the Virginia market felt like we were drinking from a fire hose. You're just trying to soak up as much as you could because it was coming at us from all angles. So we do want to go over this quickly, but we want to take a deep dive on some of those highlight points to make sure that it wasn't missed by any of us. And so the first thing that we introduced on Solar Saturday was a brand new deck for enterprise. Really fired up for this. This new deck is going to focus on the three pillars of the enterprise platform and what it does for all of our enterprise users. And that's going to include sales enablement, project fulfillment, and administrative control like we've never seen before. The slides will be available this week. I was hoping to have them today, so it's either going to be later today or tomorrow. Really fired up for that. I get that text a lot asking when. And then we also recorded a brand new enterprise presentation this past Monday, and that will be released this week as well, so that all of you guys and gals can use that for your recruiting any enterprise sellers to the platform, which is going to be really neat. Here are a few highlights of some of those slides that are going to be released later today. Take a screenshot if you want them, but you can see Cammie and her team freaking nailed it. They look amazing. They're very good at grabbing someone's attention, whether you're doing this live, you're recording it live, or you're using the recording that we're going to release from Monday night's Power Hour. Melissa Dawson came up on stage next. She shared some great slides and also some of the talking points that she's using to blow enterprise out of the freaking water. This is a massive growth area for the business and for the company. And here are a few slides that she talked about. Charles came up next, and this was really important for me personally. He talked about some of the statistics of where enterprise is, where we started, and where he projects us to be going. And what I would really like you guys to see in terms of organizations, the amount of seated users, and contracts is what I call that hockey stick curve. That's exactly what you look for when evaluating opportunities. Truth be told, that is why I joined this company 11 months ago when I saw the hockey stick curve for Powur as a whole, not just enterprise. I knew I was here at the right timing. And that really is what this message is all about Saturday and also today. The timing for enterprise is now. So how big can we make this in terms of enterprise? Jonathan Budd really challenged us. And anytime he challenges us, I take it personal. And I hope you guys do too. But to think about the impact of enterprise, not only from a company standpoint through Powur, but selfishly through our own organizations, right? We are here to serve ourselves and our families and our communities. And that timing is just right now. He shared a number of slides and statistics of how big the opportunity is, how Powur is uniquely positioned to capitalize on the opportunity. And my takeaway was he believes the enterprise channel is going to 10x its growth based off where we are today inside of the next 3 years. Not 5 years, not 7 years, not 10 years. 10x growth inside of 3 years, my friends. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what does. This is where the opportunity is. We're empowering and enabling, consolidating as well the existing EPCs and local installers and servicing partners with all the adjacent industries like roofing, real estate, mortgage, anybody that touches a home, anybody that already has a team of salespeople. We brought on a brand new seller this past week who I believe is two of them actually, one in the UK, one in Australia. They were already calling into areas. The Australian one, in fact, as an example, was already calling into Australia, doing a ton of installs. And when they reached out to us, they said the Australian market is already saturated. They're at 85% saturation, meaning 85% of residential in Australia already have solar. So that's not a huge opportunity right now. The opportunity has passed. And so they want to leverage our platform primarily through enterprise because of everything we do. And so they're fired up. They're excited. That just hopefully challenges you guys to think outside of your own local markets, our own Virginia market. This thing is huge, my friends. Jordan Shaw came up next and just killed it. He did an incredible power talk, talking about the ways that he's utilizing vision for all of his proposals. He's no longer using Solo or any other third party and exclusively working with vision, which is really cool. Obviously, many of us in Virginia have not used it. Hopefully, you've seen it from trainings and things of that nature. Hopefully, you've all taken the certification, by the way. If not, I'll plug that. Make sure you do it. Right now, Vision is still only available in California, Florida, and Texas. Dean Rosenberg came out and joined Jordan and is forecasting it will be released, Vision that is, nationwide by the end of June, if not the first week of July. So we're just a few weeks away. Make sure that you've done the certification on that so that when it does pop, you have access. Nothing Joe and I can do. If you're not certified and they announce it tomorrow, sorry, my friends, you don't get access to it. You must go through the certification. Here are a few of the key reasons that Jordan and Dean believe Vision should be your go-to for all markets when it's available. And you guys can take a screenshot of there. Really important information. Luis Perez and Jay came on next to talk about the beauty of the TPO, third-party ownership products. Make sure you take a screenshot of this. They went through the benefits of leases and PPAs. Depends a lot on the customer, by the way, but the key is all about having all of these tools and resources in your tool belt so that when you're running proposals or you've tapped Joe on the shoulder because of his expert closing ability, that you're able to dance and move in between these depending on the client's needs, depending on the jurisdiction that they're servicing. I love that they're adding new products that once again, we can add to our tool belt. The two covered a numerous benefits of the TPO products, including tax benefits, no debt, no additional HOI included, etc. Check out the recording for that full training. It's going to be in knowledge base, and you can also get your Sonova certification if you have not already done so. Definitely encourage that. This was arguably the biggest buzz, in my opinion, that came out. For me personally, was the enterprise stuff. But when I was looking at the chat, it was the announcement of the Franklin whole home battery backup, whole home system battery backup, which is coming, which is really cool. Once again, it had the buzz. Just some of the pricing points here, I think, is really what got people excited. A 27 kilowatt system for 23 grand. That's mind blowing, my friends. This will be live on proposals in California, Texas, and Florida on June 12th. So in 4 days, that's when we start. By the way, I'm going to challenge you too. Obviously, Virginia is not released first, and that's on us because we haven't grown it to where we need it to be. This time next year, I want Virginia to be in those top three. Anytime they're introducing something that we're part of that beta, hopefully you guys get fired up for that too. What I want to share with you is when they announce it for California, Texas, and Florida first, like they traditionally have, I'm talking to those sellers, to those tier threes. I'm taking notes. I'm seeing what they like so that when they release it here in Virginia, I'm already ready to go. I've gone through the certification. I'm not just sitting back and waiting. I'm learning through them so that we're able to grab it once it's announced here. So that's really cool. They also rolled out some new features to include a contract tab. Really excited about this. This was shared on the seller council meeting that I'm a part of. Some of the screenshots of stuff's coming. The stuff that's coming, by the way, through Cammie and her team is just amazing for the CRM. Last but not least, Jonathan shared all the details for Powur World. Super excited. They finally announced the location in Coronado. Obviously, the dates are September 6th through the 9th, 2023 in San Diego. All of the hotel venues, and they did this with intention. We want this to be an intimate event. I personally believe, and this is not part of what Powur told me or asked me to talk about today, this is going to be the last one that's intimate. And the reason I say that is I know how this movie ends. I did it with eXp Realty. Our first 3 or 4 years at eXp, you had the chance to bump shoulders with the CFO, the CMO, CEO, Jonathan Budd, Bobby Smith. Once this thing was year 4, year 5, and we had 20,000 reps, 30,000, now 88,000, you don't get the same opportunities. It's not as intimate. Our leadership team is pulled in 1,000 different directions. And so all of these hotels, the resorts that we chose, they are very intimate. Once again, I believe selfishly, this is going to be our last time to really have that. So make sure you all lean in. We have very limited rooms available. So make sure you book today. And the pricing, I think that slide's coming up, is going to go up on the 10th in just 2 days. So make sure you do that. The Coronado event event is an 6 to 8 minute drive, Uber drive for most of us. The Imperial Beach, 7 to 8 minutes. We had one of my personal sellers stay at the Coronado Hotel. He said it was absolutely stunning. One of the best hotels he's ever stayed at. So obviously that's where I'm going to be at. I would challenge you all to be there too. I know Bobby teased it. Anytime you can be at the main hotel, it's valuable. Do what works for your budget. I want you there no matter what, even if it means you're staying an hour away. I don't care. I need everyone there. This is powerful, these events. I tell people all the time, live events are where it goes from your head, thinking power is powerful, thinking powerful is cool, down to your heart. You're going to see people walk across the stage killing it. See people walking across the stage that are making 7 figures a year who have been with a company less than 2 years. That's what happened to me when I went to the last convention a year ago, and I was 2 weeks in. Talk about drinking from a fire hose, but it changed everything. It locked down my decision that power was where I wanted to be, and I was with the right team. I was able to meet leadership, and once again, just really locked everything down. They also are rolling out our first talent competition that they're going to be sharing at the event. Obviously, I'm smiling. I'm excited. If any of you, and I know Virginia does, have any cool talents, make sure you apply today. We want to be able to feature you guys. I think that'd be a really cool opportunity to put Virginia on the map as well. This event is going to be a longer event. In the years past, it was really a day and a half. They called it a 2-day. This is going to be a full 4 days. Thursday, September 7th, the kickoff. They're doing a high-level mastermind group. We'll be doing a presentation that night. Friday is going to be the guts of the presentation, and also on Saturday, which is really cool. Super fired up about it. And then Wednesday, that 4th day, was going to be the VIP day. That is invite only. Those invites are going to be going out this week. That's going to be the top earners, the top recruiters, top sellers, top tier 3 mentors, people like that for that VIP day, which is really cool. Tickets right now are the cheapest price they will be at ever. They only go up from here. And as I mentioned, those prices go up on the 10th. I'm a big believer. You don't have to have your full budget. How are you going to pay for the hotel, airfare, rental car if you're driving in? Figure it out. Part of leadership, part of entrepreneurship is say yes now, figure it out later. Get your ticket while the price is still cheap. Book your hotel room. They don't even collect the hotel room fees until you get to the hotel. Yes, you got to have a credit card on file, but they're not billing it today. It gives you 2 months to figure those other pieces out. Leaders just say yes. They know when they need to be somewhere and they get it done. You can scan that QR code for more information on the ticket sales if you don't already have one, but make sure you get it. So now who's ready for an epic run? If you're like me, you love a good contest. I know Bobby teased this a little bit, but Jonathan Budd rolled out our new Summer of Champions contest. There's a picture of the new vehicle they are going to be giving away. Super excited about that. It is the Ion IQ6. How clean does that thing look? The back end left photo reminds me of a Porsche, if I'm being honest with you. They just killed it with this vehicle. So super excited that Jonathan and his team are willing to give that away. That was for the first spot. The top 20 for the contest are going to be invited to our next Impact Journey, which is just freaking amazing. It pays to be a top 5 champion, though. Winner number 1 gets the Impact Journey and the vehicle. Number 2, the journey, the Impact Journey, that is, and $7,500 cash. Like, how dope is that? Third is the journey with $5,000. Fourth, $2,500 in the journey. And then fifth, $1,000 plus the Impact Journey as well, which is really cool. Top 50 champions are going to pay as well. They will be getting a Dell 34-inch curved monitor, which is really neat. Also a Bose SoundLink Revolve. And then we have a Series 3 Ecobee thermostat will be given to some winners as well. The thermostat is for place 41 to 50, the speaker 31 to 40, and the monitor is 21 to 30 in terms of place out of the top 50, which is cool. So what do you have to do to become a champion? Here's the point system. Make sure you take a picture of this. Those of you that are leading teams or have the vision of leading one, this is something you want to be talking about to your team. And what if you didn't win this, but you had a seller underneath you in your organization win it? Think about the overrides that would bring into your organization, right? It's huge. And so for anyone that does a personal contract during this time period, you're going to get 15 points. That's the biggest way, is to go out and produce yourself. For those of you that are tier 3 mentors, when you get tagged in a deal, you get it under contract, that's 5 points. When you personally recruit somebody, you bring over a new seller, you're going to get 3 points. I like that they added this fourth column, and this is for not only the recruiters, but the good sponsors that go out there and recruit, but also help that new person get the first deal under contract. They're going to give you 5 additional points for that. So you could win this competition being a recruiter, being a great leader. You can also win it just going out, keeping your head down, and actually selling glass. So they've given you several different lanes to play in to accomplish it, but there's more. They are now introducing an accelerator bonus program. And I love this. Many of us struggle with a 2-month competition to stay motivated day in and day out to finish strong for a long competition. So they're going to be announcing 2 winners every single week for the next 6 weeks based off the same leaderboard criteria we just went over. One of those winners is going to get $1,000 cash. And then the second place is going to choose whether they want the massager, the Apple Watch, or the EcoFlow river system. Once again, 2 winners every single week for the next 6 weeks. And what I love about that is it breaks it down into a smaller format. So let's say you have this week, you're going to push really hard. You're able to win one of those, but next week you're going on vacation. You have a kid graduating school, let's say. You were still able to win something and not have to wait for the full competition. So super fired up for that. Those are the dates for the competitions for those 6 weeks as well. Take a screenshot if you need it, but really cool program. Plus on week 8, they're going to be giving away for first place only an electric bike called the Cowboy, which is really cool. I know that one of those has been on my list, and that is going to be the week 8 competition for that. So who's going to be a champion? Who has what it takes? Hopefully I see a lot of hands going up. We're going to end on some May leaderboards real quick. Top personal sellers on the platform. I won't go through all of them, but what I want to show you is what I look at. What does it take for Virginia to have a seller on this? It only took 4. It took 4 for May. It took 4 personal deals would have had you on this board. Third place had 7. Second place had 2 people with 8. And the first place had 10 personal sales. Really powerful. Imagine the income that brings in, by the way. Top tier 3 sellers. This is going to be the mentors. Once again, it took 3. It took 3 for a mentor to place on here. The third place had 5. Second place had 6. And first place with Carlos had 9 tier 3 mentor deals, which is awesome. Top recruiter took 5. Took 5 personal sellers sponsored to be placed on the May national leaderboard. Third place had 6. Second place had 7, and the winner had 8. Once again, let's get Virginia on the map next year or next time for this. Top kilowatts system sold. It took, 45 kilowatts to make the top 10. The third place had 80 kilowatts, 92 for second, and the winner, a whopping 125 kilowatts sold last month for the month of May, which is really cool. Top personal. Okay, I'm sorry. So the last one was referred. Top personal now, we're at 40 again for kilowatt systems. Third place had 86. Second place with Jordan Shaw. Love that with 112. And the number 1, 116. So it was neck and neck, first and second, with 116 kilowatts sold in May, which is awesome. Top ambassadors. I love that they're talking about this. Ambassadors are a great way to get personal deals coming in. It's free to get people signed up. Wait till you see what the leader got. But it took 6. It took 6 personal ambassadors signed up for the month of May to crack the national leaderboard. Third place had 14, 24, and 42 for number 1. Imagine having 42 new people sending you personal deals, utility bills last month. That is incredible. If done correctly, you will see Richard on the leaderboard for June from the work he put in through this ambassador sign up for May, which is really cool. Top income earners. Obviously, you can see the top 20 there. Third, second, Mr. Jonathan Bernasso, and no surprise, Charles Thompson took down number 1. For those of you that missed it, for April, we had our first income earner for the month that was not Charles Thompson. I love Charles, but move out of the way. I love that. I love that we have stories now of people winning. That person that took it over, I'm drawing a blank on their name. They've been with the company less than a year. Took down the number 1 spot for that month. It shows that you do not have to be here for years. You do not have to open this company to do this. It just takes a little bit of work. You're getting out there and chasing your goals.